From the NMSU Department of Journalism and Media Studies in collaboration with KRWG, this is the student-produced News 22, where news matters.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Ruby Mendoza.
And I'm Ben Schlittler. Friends and family of the victim from last week's shooting at Whiskey Dick's are mourning his death.
Police say two men got into a fight in the parking lot. One man named Gabriel Lucero allegedly pulled a gun and killed 28-year-old Javier Velasquez. His ex-girlfriend says Velasquez was from Ciudad Juarez. He came to the United States to save money to help his mother and his daughters, and he was a regular at the club.
All the time, that was his favorite place to be at, was Whiskey's, and it was always like he was the life of the party. Like, everybody knew him. If they would see Memo come in, all the girls would be all like, "Hey, Memo," you know. He was the life of the party, and I'm just like, everybody's gonna miss that, because even the bartenders, everybody knew him and everybody loved him because he was a good person.
Lucero is charged with voluntary manslaughter. Police are now searching for the man who shot him.
Well, it's a new day, but it's the same old story. And here in Las Cruces, at least, it's pretty hot and it's really sunny.
Well, guys, honestly, I really like the weather, but I did just wish that it became a little bit colder, a little bit quicker. But before we take a look at what was happening throughout the day, let's take a look at what's happening right now. We have a live look outside of Milton Hall, New Mexico State University. You can see not a lot really going on, really dark, and barely even see those trees in the background with that big old shadow. And overall, a couple of people walking, going home from their nightly classes, but overall, not a lot going on. As we transition to some of our current conditions, today we had clear skies, a little bit of a colder temperature of 65 degrees currently as of right now. Those winds blowing from the south at 5 miles an hour. That humidity and dew point a little bit higher than we were expecting, not to a point where we're really going to be feeling those effects, but 25% and a 28-degree dew point, and then finally that barometer at 30.11 inches. Now take a look at some of the deeper numbers today. A high of 74, a low of 44 degrees. It's going to average out to a nice 67. Now we were nowhere close to any of the records set back in 1973 with a high of 81, and then finally not too long ago, 7 years ago in 2018 with a low of 18. Some frigid temps 7 years ago. There was no rain today, so that leaves our yearly rain precipitation just below that 9-inch mark. Now don't go too far, because in a little bit I'll be showing you how some of the weather is forming up across the nation. But first, let's get back to Ruby and Ben at the desk for more news.
Now, usually when people break into homes, they steal things like TVs, jewelry, and the like. But for one Las Cruces woman, all she took was a bag of potato chips and a nap.
Ketchel Boyd was arrested and accused of breaking into a home, using the bathroom, cleaning it, and then took a nap on the couch. It happened Wednesday on the 500 block of Miranda Street. The homeowner told officers she arrived home and found a woman she did not know sleeping on her couch. And the owner said she never authorized Boyd to enter her home. All right, stay tuned. Diego will be back with your national forecast.
And later, we'll meet a 12-year-old girl who wants to be a professional runner who's off to a really good start. More on that when News 22 continues.
KRWG is proud to partner with Giving Docs, an online service offering you all the tools needed to write your will at no cost. While you don't have to leave KRWG in your estate plan or will, including KRWG will provide generations to come with programs that will educate, enlighten, and inspire. Visit krwg.org/legacy to get started today. KRWG Public Media, powered by you.
This Thanksgiving, you can go beyond the bird with KRWG Public Media and Chef Tom from Doñana Community College. It began with a bit of a Brussels sprouts brouhaha, but find out how it ends with a colorful Christmas tortellini soup, red chili rubbed lamb chops with candied walnut Brussels sprouts, and a 5-ingredient coffee chocolate mousse. You won't even miss the turkey. Cooking with Chef Tom, Beyond the Bird, Thursday at 1 on KRWG FM and at 7 p.m. here on KRWG-TV.
And Diego's here with your national weather forecast.
Thanks, guys. Well, it's definitely going to be colder this weekend, which is definitely nice to hear. Here on Sunday, we're going to see a lot of the west reeling from some of the rainstorms that we are going to be seeing today, which we'll look at in just a second. Los Angeles at 63 degrees. Haven't seen Phoenix in the low 70s in a while. And then finally, if you're deciding to travel to El Paso, definitely get a little bit hotter than it is here in Las Cruces at 80 degrees. Moving on to the next map, we're going to be taking a look at a little bit more of a focused look here at some of the rainstorms that are going to be hitting central and southern California today. Now, this rain is coming from two directions. A snowstorm happening up in Canada, which is heightening some of that rain that's happening in the Pacific Northwest and in California. But Fresno, Santa Barbara, Los Angeles, all of those are experiencing some flood watches, so we're definitely going to have to keep an eye on that. And then following to the final map, we're going to look at some of the dew points that are happening within California because of that rain. You can see 52 where we were seeing it in Fresno, 55 in southern Los Angeles, 59 down there over near San Diego, and then some of those hotter places in Texas at 63 and 61 in both Houston and Corpus Christi. Now we'll take a look at what is happening around the land of enchantment in just a minute, but first let's take a quick breather and go to a quick break.
PBS News, providing trusted coverage in a rapidly moving news cycle.
The Supreme Court temporarily barred the Trump administration from deporting Venezuelan migrants.
And diving deeper into critical issues.
Over the past 15 years, pedestrian and cyclist deaths on our roads have increased dramatically.
Every year in the United States, as many as 1 billion birds die while migrating.
And the way that we live, having windows, is killing birds.
Weekends at 6:30 p.m. on KRWG Public Media.
Having aired in the U.S. and internationally for over 3 decades, Wailana Yoga helped pioneer the modern-day yoga movement. With her clear and authentic instruction set against spectacular scenic backdrops and uplifting music, Wailana makes yoga easily accessible and enjoyable for people of all backgrounds and experience levels.
Sunday morning at 6:30 on KRWG Public Media.
Welcome back to News 22. Let's take a look at how some of those temperatures are lining up in the land of enchantment. So today we're seeing Farmington with a high of 68, the state's capital Santa Fe at 67, Albuquerque at 73, heading out west to Gallup at 68, Clovis a little bit hotter than usual over there at 81, and that stands for Roswell as well at 82. Socorro experiencing 73, Rio Doso down there at 72, Las Cruces at 74, and then finally Deming blowing us out of the water at a hot 81. Moving into tomorrow for some of the things that we are going to be seeing a little bit hotter than it is going to be today. Farmington at 70, the state's capital of Santa Fe staying at that 67, Albuquerque at 73, Gallup at 68, Clovis a little bit hotter at 82, and that stands with Roswell as well at 84, Rio Doso at 71, and then Las Cruces and Deming both matching each other at that 81 degree temperature. Take a look at some of the neighboring cities around Las Cruces tonight. Going to be really, really cold in Alamogordo, 47 degrees low, clear skies, and then sunny tomorrow at 79. Looking over to Truth or Consequences, it's going to be a little bit cloudy tonight, 44 degrees low, so definitely put on a blanket or two once you're heading to bed, and then finally a high of 80 with cloudy skies going into tomorrow. Silver City, 46 degrees is your low, clear skies, and then 74 degrees being super cloudy tomorrow. And then finally with the City of the Crosses, we're experiencing a low of 44 degrees tonight, partly cloudy, and then that temperature going to heighten up all the way up to 81 degrees with sunny skies. Now a little bit later into the show, I'll show you what is happening over in the weekend and what you can expect down here in Las Cruces. But first, let's go back to Ruby and Ben for more news at the desk.
Thanks, Diego. Now, sometimes you can't just tell if a young person will grow up to become a good athlete.
But sometimes you can. And News 22's Israel Diaz brings us the story now of a young lady in Fabens, Texas, who shows all the signs of being great.
At just 12 years old, Victoria Quiñones is already making her mark on the track. The Fabens athlete is not only breaking records. She's going head-to-head with high school and even college runners. Running, she says, is more than a sport. It's her happy place.
When I run, it's a relaxing moment because I love running and it's my favorite sport. It is a time in which me and my sister are able to bond.
And that bond runs deep. Victoria trains every night with her sister Angel, pushing herself to new limits and collecting wins along the way.
My best moment was this cross-country season. This season I went undefeated and placed first place in the Little 13 Championships, where I did a PR of 12:23 in the 2 miles. I can also run 19 minutes in a 5K.
But behind those victories is a routine, one that has this young runner putting in more miles than most adults. I'm here at the Amador Villalobos track in Fabens, Texas, where 12-year-old Victoria Quiñones spends most of her evenings training. While many runners come here just for practice, for Victoria, every lap is a step closer to her dream of becoming a professional runner. Angel not only trains with her, but also motivates her every step of the way.
she's the one that always wants to go. She really enjoys, she loves to run. She pushes me very much. We push each other.
And as Angel says, this is just the beginning.
She's just a great runner. She has a great mentality. And I think that once she gets to a higher level, I think she'll do great.
Victoria has big goals, and she's chasing them with every stride.
I want to go to state in high school, and I want to be one of El Paso's top 10 runners.
Every run is a chance to push her limits, and running together has helped both sisters grow as athletes and as a family.
A long run, we usually run like around 6 miles. If it's spring workout, we try to run 4 miles at least.
And for Angel, her main goal is to make her sister better every day.
I help her become the best version of herself.
With discipline, support, and a heart full of determination, Victoria Quiñones says her journal is just getting started. Israel Diaz, News 22.
Carpio Griego is next with sports.
Thanks, guys. Well, she's killing it running on the track. We got some people running from the law on News 22 Sports coming up next.
I'm Eric Johnson, host of Garden Smart. Each week we travel the country north to south, east to west, exploring some of the most exciting gardens, as well as talking to industry horticulturalists about design principles, new plants, and also how you can be more successful with your home garden.
Saturday at 2:30 p.m. on KRWG Public Media.
Why do we travel? Good point. It's not just to find recipes, it's to learn something new about how to cook and how to think about cooking.
You go all over Italy looking for this mythical dish.
But it's all the unexpected things that make the trip worth the journey.
In the next few minutes, it may be the end of my culinary career, or it'll be some culinary sleight of hand. Ta-da!
This is why you travel, people.
Saturday at 4:30 p.m. on KRWG Public Media.
This is KRWG-TV News 22 Sports.
For the win! He got it! Welcome back, and boy, have I got some news for you guys. We're going to start with some breaking news that broke from this afternoon that reveals a mafia-backed betting operation involving 14 athletes in the college sports. Yes, another one. The New Jersey State Police began investigating the Essex and Bergen counties in New Jersey as the headquarters of the operation in early 2024. The culprits were using offshore websites to make bets and then transfer the money. The total, $2 million that were deposited into student accounts and distributed through bookies, with Joseph Little Joe Perna, who was involved with the Lucchese crime family, suspected of being the leader. Now, this is just one day after pitchers Emmanuel Clase and Luis Ortiz appearing in court, pleading not guilty for allegedly rigging their pitches to win prop bets. That's right, with Ortiz being released on a $500,000 bond and Clase on a $600,000 bond. MLB has responded by capping amounts someone can bet on pitches. How much money is enough? I guess we'll never know. You were right, Mr. Owl. Now, another crazy guy, in a good way, Rob Gronkowski was traded in his jersey for a suit on Fox a couple years ago, but he still had one more day left in him. The future Hall of Famer signed a one-day contract yesterday to retire as a Patriot. That's right, the jersey that everyone remembers him in. Now, even though he was the cause of a lot of depression and anger from 31 other fan bases, myself included, his stats can't be denied. 7,861 yards, 79 touchdowns, an NFL record, by the way, appearing in 8 straight AFC championships from 2011 to 2018, 4 Super Bowl appearances, winning 3 of them. We all know 28-3. We'll see you in Canton soon, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be a legendary after party if we all know Gronk. And that's all for sports tonight. Join us for more sports action next week. Now, still head on News 22. Diego's going to be back with your 5-day forecast.
Buckle up for Motor Week's 45th anniversary season. We'll have the here and now, expert car and car care advice, plus a fun look in the rearview mirror. Join me, John Davis, for Motor Week 45.
Saturday at 12:30 p.m. on KRWG Public Media.
I'm Samantha Brown, and I'm always looking to find the destinations, the experiences,
and most importantly, the people who make us feel like we're really a part of a place. That's why I have a love of travel and why these are my places to love.
Saturday at 7 p.m. on KRWG Public Media.
On Ask This Old House, we help homeowners across the country tackle small projects
It looks great.
that deliver a big impact. Real problems, real solutions. Join us for a brand new season of Ask This Old House.
Saturday at 1:30 p.m. on KRWG Public Media.
Now let's take a look at our top stories.
The ex-girlfriend of the shooting victim at Whiskey Dick's last week says that he was the life of the party and Whiskey's was his favorite place to go. And one athlete is making her mark on the track, and at only 12 years old, Victoria Quiñones is on her way to victory. Now, Diego, there better not be an 80 on that 5-day forecast. There better not be an 80 on that chart.
Okay, Ben, you're hoping for 80. Rudy, where do you?
I beg that there was an 80 over there.
No,
Well,
better no.
sorry to break the news to you guys, but there is going to be a couple of 80s on this list. So on Friday, we're looking at a high of 81. That is happening on Saturday as well with a high of 80. It's going to be a little bit colder throughout the nights as well, too. So like I said earlier, if you have a couple of blankets, definitely put those on as you're going to bed. 44 on Friday, 45 on Saturday. 41 on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday also getting your 40s. But then, as we go through the week, it's going to cool down a little bit more, although that sun is still going to be persisting. 75 on Sunday is your high, Monday a high of 70, and then finally a high of 68 on Tuesday. So, sorry guys, but it's not too bad, don't you guys think?
You just got to break my heart, Diego. You just got to break my heart.
That's a win for me. And that's all for News 22 Tuesday. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight.
Tune in next week for more news, but don't go too far because Corey Preston is next with Noticias 22 in Español. I'm Ben Schlittler.
I'm Ruby Mendoza, and from the whole News 22 team, Carpio, Diego, Ben, and myself, you have a good night.
This news brief in Español is brought to you by Noticias 22. La información más completa de Nuevo México, El Paso y la frontera. Noticias 22.
Buenas tardes, es un gusto volver a estar con ustedes. Mi nombre es Corey Preston y estas son las breves de hoy. La víctima de Whiskey Dick's nació y creció en Juárez y llegó a los Estados Unidos para ahorrar dinero y ayudar a su mamá y a sus hijas. Leslie García, amiga de la víctima, comenta que él era el alma de la fiesta en Whiskey's. Él fue un gran papá y fue un gran amigo y pues nos dejó el corazón roto.
Y fue un gran amigo, un gran hijo y pues nos dejó el corazón roto porque pues se lo llevaron.
Su carácter amable hará que muchas personas lo extrañen. Ella dijo que los guardias de seguridad del bar son realmente ágiles al tratar de controlar las situaciones. También dijo que en Whiskey's siempre hay peleas. Sin embargo, ella pide justicias para él y sus hijas. El gobierno reabre. Los servicios están disponibles de nuevo con el regreso de los empleados federales que fueron suspendidos temporalmente. Están listos para recibir su pago retroactivo y algunos expertos predicen una recuperación económica. Sin embargo, para las personas que tienen Obamacare, podría significar que el costo de su seguro médico se duplique. Los demócratas se comprometen a seguir luchando para reducir los costos de la salud. Tampoco está claro que cuando volverá a la normalidad los horarios de los vuelos, pero, según la secretaria de Agricultura, Brooke Rollins, las ayudas del programa SNAP deberían estar disponibles a partir del lunes. Es todo por hoy en Noticias 22. Que tengan una buena noche.